So please give a thunderous welcome to the award-winning Sophie Carr.
I'm going to start with the really scary bit because that gets my nerves a little bit calmer. So, hello, my name's Sophie and I love maths. I mean, really love maths. But I didn't grow up wanting to be a mathematician. As a little girl, I loved aeroplanes. I still do. My heart still stops when an aeroplane soars overhead, and I spent my whole time trying to build space rockets out of Lego sets that were meant to be houses, and there was never enough roof tiles to make heat shields. So I grew up and I studied aeronautical engineering, but what I realised was that I wasn't very good at actually building anything. What I could do was numbers, and so I did a Masters of Applied Maths, but the game changer was statistics, and I love statistics. Now, before you go, oh, and your eyes roll over and you mentally go, I now no longer care about what she's going to talk about, just hang on in, because the reason is I love statistics so much. I was working full-time, and over 8 years, I did a PhD in building probabilistic networks, okay? Now, again, you might go, okay, no, I really don't care, but you do, and here's why. And it's because innately you are all absolutely awesome at probabilistic models. You do them every day. When you go and cry and cross the road without the green man because you're living on the edge, what you do is you take all that information in, you make the probabilistic model, am I going to cross safely or not? And then you try and figure out how fast you've got to run to get across. Okay, that is probability in action. You do it every day. You do it when you're overtaking. You will do it when you figure out if you have to trot or really leg it to get to the bus. Looking both ways, left and right, is one of the first things you will learn to do to cross a road safely. It's ingrained in you. You also learn at school to look both ways. You learn how to put the pros and the cons in your arguments when you're writing essays. And hopefully, when you're at work, you still present both sides of the story. So let me ask you this. In business, when was the last time you looked both ways for your decision? I'll put it another way. When did you last actively try to prove yourself wrong? Now, I've worked in maths and statistics for quite a while now. I was working in maths and stats before it got called data science, which is quite a nice term that we all like. I've worked with companies from Waitrose through to small subject matter experts. And regardless of your business size, competition is fierce. So why would you actively try to prove yourself wrong? Now, the really cool thing about stats and the really great thing about data science is it makes you look both ways. You are busy. So when you've started to form your questions as, did sales go up last month? Can you check? Or, oh, customer churn's gone down, am I right? Just stop yourself for a second. Why don't you try forming that as a hypothesis? You remember those from GCSEs and things like that? Why not form it as, have my sales gone up by 10%? Or better still, why has my customer churn gone down? At that point, you start to put some scientific rigour into your decisions. Go away and have a look at your data. Genuinely have a look. Don't assume the data you've got will answer the question. Go and look. So here is my challenge to you in the next 2 weeks. Next time you go, oh, am I right? Form it as a question that's actually got something to investigate. And if you want to see how data science can help startups, come and book a discovery call with me.
I'm not allowed to give you feedback. Blown away. It was brilliant. But I'm not giving you feedback. The feedback, please. Anik, Elliot,
I'll go
Nick.
first because
Go
Anik
on.
forgets when she goes first. So first of all, well done. So can you see when you can still be data driven and almost very factual but very mesmerizing and personal? And I think it's a great example. I don't have a lot of stretches for you, to be honest, because it was engaging, it was enrolling. You could be nerdy in a funny way but still educational way, and you brought your personality to it, which makes a subject that possibly people never even think about, really interesting. How many of you are more interested now in what she actually does? If she stood here and went, let me talk to you about, I don't even know
Hypothesis.
exactly that
Yeah,
stuff.
no, we don't.
How many of you love maths? And let's sit there and make really cool equations. You'd be like, but you
It's
actually,
really pretty though. Maths is
exactly,
really pretty.
but the enthusiasm, the passion, can you see? So the reason this is such a great example is don't underestimate what you can bring to what you love, even if you think people aren't going to receive it in a certain way because it should be, or academic. No, bring yourself to it, and then you bring it to life. So that's my feedback. Well done. Good job.
Have you ever seen anyone talking about something I hate so much with so much passion? Like, I honestly was thinking I should down with Elliot and look at the numbers. And that's the first. Like, trust me, years ago when we hired a new accountant, I was crying, seriously crying in front of the spreadsheet because I'm so scared. I'm now even a bit like, can I come close to you? But I think I can. I made friends with numbers. Thank you. You have no idea how many people you can inspire with that. It's just incredible. And you don't even know, but you only used 4 minutes. So you would have had another full minute, and I think, like, I'm still thinking, okay, I think I'm cool with numbers, I like them now, but I still need to know, like, what to do. So you could have given, like, honestly, like, think I'm 7 years old, like, giving me some examples, like, how I can actually pull those numbers out, where to store them, how I can spot trends. I have no idea, you know. So that would be the only stretch, like, to put this in and use the full minute, but I'm just like, whoa, numbers.
Stats.
The awesome
Statistics.
Sophie Carr.
Stats.